when dreams and reality collide. A life is turned upside down. Thrust into a conflict where ancient shadows fight secret wars. For control of the future. Her allies hide in plain sight. But so do her enemies.
All right. We are live and we have some very special people here today. Well, it's the same crew that you all guys know. It's Poland and Samurai. How are you guys going?
Going great, especially in this company.
I'm good.
Excellent. And we got a couple of people in the chat. Jimmy's here and Smiling Bandito. How guys? Thanks for showing up. So I just got the news that literally as soon as Ethan decided to start a stream. Well, so I don't know if we're going to be relying too much on the chat today, but we can power through, right, guys?
Absolutely. I'm a professional at talking to myself.
Oh, it's CG. CG World Order has shown up. Hail, Michael Bancroft. Hail, special people. Hail, right back to you, brother. Yeah, I was just telling you guys beforehand that a very rude awakening as I came into work today. People, actual people, genuine in the flesh people in my office with me.
How dare they?
I know, right? What an imposition.
What type of gall?
Just unbelievable. And I said to them, so what's going on? What's happening? And they said, we're probably, maybe a couple of days a week. Come back in. Outrageous.
We have some weird survey going around about who likes working at home and who feels more productive and do you have what you need, and we're going to have to reevaluate everything, and it's just bizarre. Just go to work.
Yep. Mass hypochondria has gripped everyone.
So yeah, everyone knows this is my lunch break. I did this on my lunch break. I had to rush home. Luckily, I just live a few minutes away from where I work, so that's a convenience. I grabbed my lap, and I'm sitting in the car outside of the office, close enough that I catch the Wi-Fi. And yeah, who asked up here? Jimmy asked if I'm having a bright day. It's very bright. The sun is beaming down on me. And I don't want to open a window because then I get the all that wind sound. And there's also trucks with their reverse beeping going on. This is all just very professional.
That's how we like it.
Callaway's here. How Callaway? Abel's here. Thanks for turning up. We got 6 people in here. I saw how many people were streaming. I try to subscribe to literally every person who has a YouTube channel in Comicsgate, so that when I can jump onto YouTube and see straight away who's streaming. And there were about 6 people streaming. But I thought, you know what? At least Ethan isn't streaming.
And of course
Ethan saw everyone else streaming, decided to flex his muscle, as usual.
Yeah, we should talk about that, hey? The big dog.
I think the reason he started streaming was because you announced that you were going to stream.
That's right. He's like, maybe I can get Michael to come on here.
He's scared.
Well, I don't think he even follows me, so I don't know how he would be notified. Maybe he has little flying monkeys that come out and tell him.
Battlebrick Road.
What's that? Yeah. That's right. The Battlebrick Road monkeys. He's in tight with Eric. They come in and tell him whenever I'm going live, it's Blame Bancroft time. We must crush this up and coming person. He's about to reach 1 million yen. This is a rags to riches story if ever I've heard one. Coming from nowhere, and then in a matter of months, becoming what's the Japanese word for millionaire?
For what?
Millionaire.
For me?
1 million, yeah. Tobor's here. Hey, Matt, how you going, buddy? Maybe I can get Matt to come in. Then we'll have a real party on our hands. I'm going to send a link to Matt. I don't know if you're able, Matt, but I see you're around, so
Yeah, well,
I'm
always
send that bad boy to you. Guys,
as long as he
I
doesn't
am
get a
sweating.
struck.
It's hot in this car.
I almost got a struck just now. I set up a sound effect and I realized that might be copyrighted. Let's not use that.
I was watching Wanger earlier, and it was just continuously getting pulled down and continuously being put back up. Just every couple of minutes. It'd get taken down and then it'd go back up, down, up, down. It was like a race to see how many how many times, so you can get the record.
So what was he showing? Anything copyrighted?
I think so, yeah. But it was but it's all fair use because they're talking about it. They're putting commentary on it, It's all fair use. They're not just playing a video and it's nothing that could possibly break their terms of service, So they were just laughing at this. It was a fat woman and a skinny man. And from what I could see, it was hard to tell because it kept getting taken down. She's super jealous of him cheating on, but he's like this weird, cheeky-looking dude, and it was actually quite funny. But that was funny because of what those guys were saying, not the actual show.
So very transformative.
Absolutely. Yeah. For total, I mean, it just seems to be the thing, you play anything now. The stream I went on with Liam got taken down. It just seems like anytime you want to play anything now, it'll knock you down. It's just, I don't know if it's people doing it or if it's the algorithm is just being really sensitive at the moment because no one's watching it. Who knows? CG order, yes, it's millionaire. That's right. That's how you say millionaire in Japanese. And I'm on my way. So close now. So close.
I can almost.
And how much does it cost? It doesn't cost much, guys. The buy-in to help with the Lucent reaching $1 million is a mere 2,674 yen. Well, did I get out?
You're seriously robotic. Sorry, it sounded funny.
I'm like one of those Japanese robots. Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, cool. Apparently, the other channels are talking about weird stuff. Yeah. Let's keep it on the straight and narrow, hey? And look who's here. Who's going to do that for us?
Yo!
It's our savior.
Matt, how you going, buddy?
Yatta!
What's up in your world, friend?
Congratulations on almost 1 million yen.
Yeah. I keep accidentally saying dollars. It's a habit, but yeah, I mean, yen is better, I reckon.
Yeah, way better.
You can tap into that Japanese market. You're golden.
Michael, I'm so proud of you and your yen goals.
I've never even been to Japan, but guys, I'm sweating here in the car. I've got to open a window. But
He's
now...
never been with a Japanese lady.
Okay.
You're in the car?
That's not necessarily true.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
When
well,
I
he's
was in
cutting
school,
out a
I
bit.
did have for a couple of weeks a Japanese girlfriend.
Oh.
Am I back?
We've
Yeah,
stumbled
you were
onto
speaking
part of
binary
its
there for a
history.
second.
You were turning Japanese. Go ahead.
That's the Matrix kicking in. Yeah, no, and believe it or not, this girl's name was Yen. That was her name.
Oh, lordy.
So it has all come full circle. Yen is the way. Yen was not the way for me. She dumped me.
Terribly
What?
racist.
Yeah.
Rude.
Who would dump Michael? What a catch.
I wasn't yet the I wasn't yet the great millionaire that I am now. I'm trying to find you know how you can go into Backer Tracker and you can see how much you're set to make. You
Wasn't
seen that?
Yeah. What you're trending toward, right?
Exactly. And when I first looked at it, I thought there's no way in hell, but it seems to be following along, so that's pretty cool.
Mine
Let me
was
pull it
a
up.
pile of lies.
Was it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well. I've seen some of them be accurate, so hopefully it is. Check this out.
You
Now it's
saw
not
it?
in yen. It's in Australian dollars. But it says 18,000 Australian dollars.
Oh,
Okay.
friendly. That looks like one of those hurricane predictions.
Now
Yeah.
I can't even remember now. I mean,
How
this-
much longer do you have
all this
on the
intel has got me
campaign?
confused. Well, I'm probably going to extend it. There's more I think I can give. There's more I can do. So it's 11 days for this one. We'll see how high I can get with this.
Out of 30
algorithm
or
always
whatever, you
gives
started
you-
with 30?
That has a
What's-
different meaning in a
what's that?
different context.
30 days.
How high you
What's
can
that?
get with this.
Yes, you are correct. No, well, here's what I'm thinking, right? I crunched a few of the numbers yesterday. So let me actually, I'll change this to USD so we all know what we're talking about here. I'm going to need a shower after this stream. Well, like, it has been
We're making
freezing
you
cold.
so sweaty.
Are we that
Gotcha.
exciting?
Yep. Got you under the gun.
It has been freezing
The
cold
stream is
here.
far too filthy.
Not near
all
as filthy
week.
as the rest of Comicsgate.
And now
Terrible.
I'm sitting here and I'm in a schwitz. My hands are sweating. This is ridiculous. The sun is just beaming down onto me.
Where are you streaming from?
My car.
Okay, why?
It's an old-fashioned Zach car stream.
It's
Okay.
because other coworkers invaded his workspace and now he has to leave.
Can you believe that? People are actually in the office thinking
How
they
dare
can
they?
just sort of sit in there and do their work there.
you're at work, so you
Yeah, this is his routine. You don't know this?
Hang on.
Yeah.
No, I thought
I gotta get to the
I thought
back
you always
seat 'cause
just
I'm
streamed
literally
from
dying here.
home. Or
Hopefully
something.
this is fine.
This is lunch. You know, this reopening of the economy is going to be
This is my
terrible for
lunchtime
funding the Lucent. I mean, this is.
It is, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm out of the car now. I'm walking around.
Are you carrying a laptop with you?
I am. Okay. I'm gonna go sit down somewhere because I swear to
dedication.
God, I'm dying.
Yeah,
Man
holding it
deserves a
toward the
million
heavens to
yen
try
for
to get a
this.
good signal.
I was
gonna
concerned that
try
we
and-
were all too boring, but now we're just going to listen for all the background noises of trucks backing
All right.
up.
Hang on. Did you hear that, Chuck?
Mr. Tobor, what do you think about our theory that Ethan likes to assert dominance with his stream over lesser streams?
Well-
How do you mean?
Well,
Well,
this stream was announced and Ethan started within a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We think he's
I mean-
threatened.
yeah, that's our theory.
If you had the kind of power, why wouldn't you use it?
If you had a what?
Huh?
If you had that kind of power, why wouldn't you use it?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Thanos
Hmm.
snaps his fingers.
All right, I've left the car because I was dying in it, and you don't want me to pass out midstream. I'm walking through the warehouse right now.
Well, if you passed out midstream, we'd be less concerned than when what's his name? No, we'd be more concerned than when Kelsey passed out drunk midstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. All right, I'm going through the kitchen. There's a little area out the back. I'm going to see if I can go out there.
What's in the warehouse?
I'm not telling because that might give away my location.
Okay.
It's a very large warehouse.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Like it's seriously huge. Big trucks everywhere, and it's
He's probably jumping access points too.
But yeah, I'm outside now, and now it's freaking freezing out here, so I just can't win.
Feel for you, Michael.
I'm sorry, Michael.
Tough life down there in Australia.
It is, and it's
You
kind
need
of
to find
dark
a
and dank here.
nice, quiet, cozy McDonald's.
They're actually all. Yeah, they're all kind of cozy at the moment because you're not allowed to dine in at the moment. I went in there a couple of weeks ago.
I hear that some guys, after they lose their home because they're too busy simping to their favorite Twitch streamers, they go to the Starbucks, be on the Wi-Fi so they can keep watching them. So,
Well, Michael, the basement
Michael.
is actually quite nice today.
Oh, good. Yeah, I left Samurai at home. He lives in my basement, and we food down the food chute. And sometimes Figure is there, but he never seems to complain. CG World asks, have I seen the video "Babies and Dogs Are Cowards"? I haven't seen that. I'm worried about clicking on videos now, though, because everyone just seems to get their stream taken down whenever a video plays.
Who got their stream taken down?
Not take it down, but just like they get it flagged, then you have to sit there for 5 minutes while you contest the flag, and then it gets overturned, and then I don't know if it's people flagging it or if it's the algorithm or whatever, the AI. But it just seems like everyone is just continuously getting flagged whenever they play anything. It's ridiculous.
All right.
I think it's the algorithm.
Yeah, possibly. He locks himself in a car when it's really hot to prove dogs and babies are pussies. Oh man, it's not even hot today. Like it's probably, it's probably.
I'll show them.
You're gonna say, oh, because you guys wouldn't understand because I'm talking Celsius. Like,
No, that's okay. You can tell me Celsius, and I have
It's not
Google
hot.
right
It's
here
quite
to
cool,
tell me
but
what
just
it is in real units.
Okay, so I'm going to estimate it is 14 degrees Celsius.
Okay, divide by
That's my
5.
estimation.
That's a little less than 3. Multiply by 9. That's 20. We'll say 27. Add 32. So 59.
What the hell?
That's how you go from one to the other.
Is that
Samurai,
true?
you're so dumb. Okay, it's 57.2.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Can I simp for you any harder, Mr. Tobor?
No, that was incredible. I looked it up.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't know you were a man of such skill.
You can look things
we
up.
got a mathematician here.
It's not hard. Oh God! Don't make me teach a science class.
No,
Can you educate me again? I need you to
I'm looking for
elevate.
backer boards so I can draw this for you.
No, that was good. That was like 1.8 degrees off.
All right, I'll be back in a moment to bore you worse. Just a sec.
Smiling Bandito is not impressed. He
That's
says
not
that's
real
not real math.
math.
But the point is, it's quite chilly out here now. So now I'm chilly. But earlier I was sitting in the car. I was dying. I mean, babies and dogs are not pussies because the sun was beating down on me and I was friggin' dying in there. I'm gonna have to come up if I'm gonna continue these lunchtime streams now that people are gonna invade the office. So
You buckled like a baby and or puppy.
absolutely. Well, luckily I had both hands and the wherewithal to be able to exit the car at an appropriate time.
Yeah, control over your motor functions and opposable thumbs.
It comes in handy.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah. Anyway, I was saying earlier before we got started for about 10 minutes, I was saying earlier that I was crunching the numbers last night, looking at this backer tracker thing, and it's saying that at the end of this 30-day period, I might be sitting around about $10,000 to $11,000. So it looks like I might even make my goal here in this first 30 days, which is pretty awesome. Which means that I can then use the next 30 days to shoot for this thing at the bottom, which is an extra comic. So everyone would get an extra little comic. It's not a full length thing, but it's full size. It'll be about 12, 14 pages or so, maybe even a bit longer. I'm not sure. I've got to think about that. But that would be a cool addition. Everyone gets another thing, and we can use the next 30 days to make sure that happens. So I think it all kind of works out perfectly. in how much I've made and the time. Stuff. I also am so close to finishing the colors on this. I didn't want to show colors don't look as good as inks bit by bit. You know, you just kind of doesn't work like that. So I've just been working away at it before and after work, and it's looking really schmick.
That's a really cool page.
Yeah, it's and I might even, you know, what I was thinking. Yeah, it's a print. It's going to be a gloss print. I'm going to actually go get some of that office like photo paper, and I'm going to print out just a mock-up to show people so they can kind of see it as well. Because you can get nice glossy photo paper as well.
You do everything digitally, right?
Yeah, this is all digital.
What do you use? Do you use a Sketch, whatever, Clip Art Studio, whatever?
The Clip Studio Paint. I did the line art.
That has such a bad name. I can never remember the name, and
it's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
it used to be Manga Studio.
Right, much easier to remember. But
just why would they change that?
I don't know. I can never remember what it's called, so I sound like a retard every time I bring it up in conversation.
Yeah, but even if I do remember what it's called, Clip Studio Paint, it is terrible. It's like we couldn't decide on what we wanted to call it, so we just use all three things together. Yeah, anyway, but it's a fantastic program. It's really for line art. It's unparalleled in my estimation.
Yeah, I've been trying to wean myself off of Photoshop and use that more. But
it took me a good 5 years because I started using that program 5 years ago just for perspective, and then it just was so unfamiliar. I just couldn't imagine having to, because I struggle through every panel anyway. On every single panel, I'm like, God, how the hell am I going to draw this thing? I don't want to be struggling through a program while I'm doing that. But bit by bit, I got to know, where's where, and the shortcuts became a bit more.
And then the magic happens.
I switched over to it. And then the magic happens. That's right. And in terms of fine lines, and also
and then he made a million yen.
The way that
yep.
Nearly made $1 million yen.
Oh, I'm gonna go try.
I want to be that. I can go to Japan now because Japan is a country I really, really want to go visit, and I can walk in head held high and proud that I am a Japanese millionaire.
Yeah,
because that's how these things work, obviously.
Oh, soka.
Just gotta make sure you have your suit in your briefcase.
We need to get the think tank on this. We do.
Is everyone still there? Silence? What?
Yeah.
I have Photoshop through work, so I use that still. But I do have GIMP and Paint.net on my computer as well from before.
Well, I use all programs to work on the Adobe cloud thing. So I just get updates whenever I want, and it's all kind of paid for through work.
Yeah, that's how mine
works. Works for me.
I swear Photoshop is getting worse with the Creative Cloud versions. Like, it does weird stuff that it didn't used to, like bad.
It does do weird stuff. They've changed things that they shouldn't have changed. Just like the undo and the rotate screen, just the defaults. You can change them back.
Like your hotkeys are constantly accessing things in menus as opposed to your tools. It's really weird.
Yes, it is. It is annoying, but you can go onto YouTube and listen to other Photoshop nerds complain about it as well and feel slightly better. And they can tell you sometimes.
Feel validated.
Feel validated. And they can tell you sometimes how to go back to previous settings sometimes, not every time.
But I think the overall... Tell them to teach me. Teach me, senpai.
What's that? Yeah, you can. The actual, like, when I go and watch Photoshop people sometimes, and the actual program is getting more and more powerful because there's more competitors in the field now, I suppose.
Well, it better get more and more powerful. It's a bear to install. It's huge. Yeah,
and you need bigger and better and better computers as you go too. But I'm still coloring in Photoshop because I haven't really delved into that in Clip Studio Paint, but it seems to work pretty much the same way. But I do like some of the newer functionality in the new Photoshop with the coloring. It's been a bit of a time saver for me, so I'm sticking with that for the time being. And I'm hoping to get this. I'm really desperate to get this thing done, and I think I will by in a couple of days because I want to put out an update, and that'll be the 3-week update campaign, and have that card and in that. Yeah, and then I can get back onto. I got cartoons to make. I've got obviously I got more pages to pump out. Update that little like progress bar, and oh god, whenever I can never stop to think about how much work I have to do.
Yeah.
Don't think. Just do.
Just do whatever's in front of me at the time, and don't stop to think about it.
Yeah, don't think about the castle, just the bricks.
Yeah, maybe another 6-hour live stream is what you need for the weekend so that you're not working.
Yeah, apparently I missed the marathon there, boys.
Oh my god! And at the end of it, I'm like, as much as fun as I'm having fun hanging out with people and chatting. I'm like, is this the most productive use of my time? I'm wondering. And then, someone from the chat.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's gone. Someone from the chat. That's the last thing we got was someone from the chat.
I'll never know who now.
It came from the chat.
Oh, I said it. I said it. No, you'll never know. No, I didn't say it. I didn't dox this wonderfully generous person. But it's someone we know, and they picked that cover, and that was from that live stream. So
after all the trash talking that JDA did about the good JDA did about your cover, and it sold it.
Yeah,
I know. He was sending me. He actually sent me.
I think it looks fine to. I don't know. It looks fine to me.
Good, benevolent.
Yeah, I remember. Like I remember looking through all that stuff when I was making it too, and wondering if it would put people off that they are slightly askew like that. But
just one man.
I just felt like I played around with the perspectives and everything, and I just felt like that was what it needed to be. And as Smiling Bandito has pointed out, it fits in the kind of different worlds. You're looking at two different planes of existence here. And but James disagreed, and that is perfectly fine to disagree. But obviously, the person who picked up the cover didn't agree, and I think it's perfectly fine.
Well, after James failed to get us all to turn against you, because that had to be the objective. No, actually, somebody here said Jason Black, whom I respect, said, just so you know, Jason, I appreciate you in the chat. He says it's Manga Studio. Is that the new name or the old name?
That's the old name. He's
Manga
saying
Studio.
it's because he's still using Manga Studio. A lot of people are, because they're still using the older programs. But actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should show this. I don't know if I can right now because it might just be a bit tricky. But let me find something here. This is really riveting.
Right, and what Jason Black is saying, that's kind of how I interpreted the cover.
Well, when I see it, what I get out of it is, with her head cocked like that, she's not going to be able to tuck and roll in time, so she's in real danger.
Yeah, that's another thing we learned.
Yeah, and as I pointed out to someone else in the DMs afterwards, like if it was exactly as it would be in reality, you'd probably, because she's so close to that puddle, you'd be seeing her hand coming up from above too, the actual hand.
Yeah, I'm thinking she never learned break falls. That's the problem.
Yeah, you're right. The cover's trash.
It's
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it is supposed to be otherworldly, and it's supposed to be what's the word I'm looking for? Just laugh it off. But Jason actually
the word you're looking for is wrong.
Was it you, Jason? What's he saying here? If you do a handstand, proceed away from you. Notice the slight of her head as well. I think James is wrong. Yeah, look, I actually did look at it pretty closely. It all looked right to me, but I can also kind of see what he's talking about. But it was you, Jason, wasn't it? You had looked at it flipped horizontal and upside down, and it looks, I guess, a whole nother dimension to it when you do that. It looks like she's kind of being knocked from the side. It looks really cool. I'll need to make that up and show you guys. It just adds another thing to it. But anyway, when you get your book, you can just turn it upside down. It won't be flipped. It won't be flipped around. But yeah, well, that's the thing. She's going to get splattered, is she? Is she indeed? Well, that is the question. I mean, that would be a bit of a anticlimax if the main character just fell to her doom in the first book and never to rise again.
Gonna have to get $1 million yen to find out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, James sent that to me too, Jason, and yeah, we both agreed it looked pretty cool. What made you think of doing that? You were just looking at the perspective, I wonder. Yeah, but wow, this is I've been looking on Twitter, and people are starting to do this cool thing. I really think it's a good idea. Is when campaigns are closing and they're struggling, people are really sharing them around. Getting more eyeballs on them, and I'm seeing some really good campaigns sort of struggling at at the end of the campaign period. And so just to see that I'm still here going so well, it's very it's pretty humbling, and it's just really cool, and it gives me this good feeling that this story has captured
Good.
people's attention.
This, yeah, for example, Pillowman has gained a bunch of backers in the past week, and now it's finally closing tonight.
Excellent.
So,
Oh yeah, I was seeing a lot of people tweeting that out.
so
Yep, and that Perfect 10 and SOS Onslaught. There's a few books that are, they could be doing so much better. They should be doing so much better. But, if you don't have this, if you don't have daily streams and, a decent sized audience, it's really difficult. And you're kind of relying on the kindness of a whole bunch of people to.
A warehouse to stream in.
That's right.
trucks to hide you behind.
That's right. Yeah. So Smiling Bandito was the big supporter of the cover. So he had my back the whole time, even though he was passionate. And I think you can probably take credit for convincing the lovely person who bought the original art.
Yes, he gave a very
to buy that.
Bandito, thank you for your extremely thorough and slow, easy to understand explanation the other night. It was great.
It was good. Yeah, Jason sort of got it right here. This is how I looked at it. So it looks weird because you're looking at it from an angle that you wouldn't normally be looking at. So if you were standing on the street and you were looking down, you're standing up straight, you're looking down, your head is looking down at the pavement. The street would, recede away from you. But on the cover, it's like you're kind of bent over completely, like you're doing a handstand and you're looking back at it backwards. It is supposed to be seeing it kind of from her perspective. So it does look very unusual. And that's how it was designed. Many times on these streams, I spent a long time.
It's an unusual point of view, but
I
don't think it's not incorrect.
Yeah. Well, James will want to fight us now. He's highly in disagreement.
That's okay.
Antoine's here to back us up.
Yeah,
he loves the cover design. I think. What's that, man?
I'm gonna do that right now in Photoshop.
Okay, good.
Because I'm curious how it looks like that now.
I think a lot of good craftsmen don't understand design and color saturation. Ooh. How do you guys pronounce this? Chiaroscuro. I'm not familiar with that word, Antoine. You're going to have to explain that to me.
I think chiaroscuro.
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 Yeah, that's it.
Mamma mia.
All right, we got a nitpick.
Oh.
But the color of outfit is the same as the sky. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's a valid criticism. That's These are the sort of things that you learn when you're learning to do color, and I still do consider myself in the learning process. I'm not 100% down with all the terms and all the bits and pieces, but that's a valid criticism. That's that is the color of her coat that she wears for a while in this issue. So I'm not sure I can change that. I already had someone on another stream say that her skin tone bugged them because it's got that green tinge to it. But again, that as well, I really labored over how exactly the skin would look. Do I put that green into it? It's kind of cinematic.
Yeah, this is perfect. I just
coloring.
Flipped it both ways.
Oh, good. Yeah, because James was saying this is going to like itch at my soul for the rest of my life.
What?
Jesus.
Michael, I was going to say that your cover. It's a shame I wasn't here for this discussion because your cover is actually what caught my eye before I even knew it was attached to you. So.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's doing its job. I mean, that's what people have said, except James. No, James also likes the cover. He just thinks that element of it is wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say the kind of like surreal aspect you were going for there, it definitely stuck out to me. It seemed like you were playing with the contrast on purpose.
Yeah, I've kind of skewed. It's a very extreme angle too, in terms of if this was with a camera, it'd be almost fisheye. I mean, obviously the things are still straight, so it's not purely fisheye, but it's very that what do you call it? A wide angle thing to it, so things are exaggerated as well. So I'm trying to open image in new tab. It's always Twitter just doesn't want to let you just do things easily, Jason. So I'm trying to pull up this image that I've got in my DMs, but it's not working for me. Hey, Rob's here. He wants to ask me about Spot UV. Well, I will happily answer anything I know about it. I've done a little bit of research into it. If you've got a question, put it in there. Otherwise, we can chat in DMs.
Rob and Clayton did a great stream today with Rob Willis.
Yeah, I caught a bit of that, and then I had to rush off to work, and I was just too busy. I couldn't watch the rest. But I've never actually seen that guy talk, and I actually had a fair amount of interaction with him on Twitter. So it was good to actually see that he's a real person, because you start to wonder, like, how does someone be that good?
Yeah, I caught a good bit of that stream.
Probably the best.
I caught a good bit of the stream, and he talked about his tools and everything.
And he's just some normal guy.
Yeah, he was saying
I'm going to have to go back and watch it because he's a... Yeah, it does seem to... I don't know, my daughter seems to be pretty... gets the whole art stuff pretty easily too. So if she sticks with it, the whole way, I can see that definitely happening as well, how it can happen. Smiling Bandito wonders why we ever let him anywhere near a camera. You watched the 6... you rewatched the 6 hours? Man, we were just having fun. We were we were having a ball, and you were the only one who was drunk. So it was kind of like, it was an interesting dynamic. You saw it. So apparently, it's a fancy art term for value and light. Well, there you go. These are the things I didn't learn in art history. They teach you propaganda in art history. And all the different the postmodernists and blah 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 blah. But see, this I'm missing out on things. That's pretty much it. Check out my awesome handstand from the top of a building. Yeah, how to do it? It's you've if you don't know any history with pre-press and anything like that, it can be a little bit tricky to set up, but it's not super difficult. All you need to do is find someone who does do it, and then I can sort of run you through a little bit of the ins and outs of it. But we can do that. Hey, what day is it today? Wednesday. I think Rob, you're coming on the show tomorrow, aren't you? We're going to have Rob on tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
so we can just chat to Rob. I like to just kind of chat to people and sort of see who they are. Where are they from? Or how to get into this? What are they? Why are they crazy enough to want to make a comic?
Right.
So yeah, that'll be awesome. I'd love to get Rob on. Yep, he's confirmed. All right, lock it in, fellas.
Nice.
So if you've got any questions for Rob and just sort of what he's all about and everything, we can have him on. Rob and I seem to be on the same page when it comes to Comicsgate and the whole approach to making independent comics and all that sort of stuff. So he's like it'll be a good conversation, that one. Antoine says that you had some very thoughtful ideas on that stream, Smiling Bandito. Maybe I should go back and give it a listen, see what hidden nuggets came out of the highly intoxicated mind of the Bandito. Or was the Badonkadonk, wasn't it, for a while?
Yeah, Smiling Badonkadonk.
So what?
He
Smiling Badonkadonk for a while.
Yeah, in honor of
did you
Black Cat, right?
Yes. The Black Cat on whom the lockdown has been very hard.
That's the one. I'm doing a cartoon that talks about comics and Marvel comics especially, and I'm trying to figure out funny ways to include the New Warriors cast and also the fat Black Cat. So hopefully I can get some good mileage out of them.
Allegedly, that was just a concept and didn't get used in the end. But still, why would you put it out in public?
Was that a real Marvel concept?
Yeah, I mean, I guess not the final, but still, why publish that? Why publicize it?
Yeah.
The Donkadonk Bandito. That's the man.
Badonkadonk.
He thinks his take on Taika Waititi was a bit precious. Yeah, and I think when that was the stream that we got stuck into Sean Gordon Murphy a bit, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we went a bit harsh on old boy Sean. I think we probably a bit too critical on him. I think back on it and thought I didn't mean to be so harsh. It was just that Bandito and I had similar thoughts about that video he did, and I think we just bounced back off each other. And I thought back, I didn't really mean to be that mean to the guy. I actually really liked White Knight and like his art style and everything. So
Michael, you're just a harsh.
Yeah, it's a bit
fellow.
slow today, isn't it? I know. That's you guys know me. I'm a hard taskmaster. Yeah, it is a bit slow, Rob. You're right. I'm out of my element here, sitting in the dank here outside of a warehouse. There's not much interesting news going around, and as well, everyone else is streaming, so the chat's a bit thin.
Oh,
it's all.
Tobor, I have a question for you. With your Savage, are you planning on doing a comic or story to go along with it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a at least a comic. And if I have my way 100%, I'd like to do a series of sort of one-shots that take place in the world that the game is set in. Not necessarily about, like the protagonist or anything, but just
in the world.
Yeah.
Okay,
exploring the other like cultures and weird stuff that goes on there.
I don't know if you'd get sued or not, but perhaps we could get a naked Bandito character in the background there.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
For maximum badonkadonk.
How far off is your game from being finished, Matt?
It's mostly content now. Like it's mechanically finished, The systems are all done. It just needs more dungeons, mostly. More dungeons and more enemy types. I've got like templates for everything, so it's just a matter of a lot of copy paste and minimal animation and drawing from scratch. I don't have to do a whole lot of that.
Would you you do I don't know how good you are at art stuff. Would you do the comic yourself? Would you hire people?
I think I heard you ask if I would do it myself or hire people, right?
That's right.
Okay. Sorry, you went robotic again.
Oh God.
We need that bingo card for like how every online meeting goes wrong. You know, who's all here? Could you repeat that? You're robotic.
It's a shambles, an absolute shambles.
And we're running us short on
Antoine-
topics.
Oh, totally. I was just going through Twitter, like, what the hell are we going to talk about today? And there was literally nothing, just nothing.
Did you
Nothing
guys
is
already
happening out there.
discuss SJM's campaign while I was gone?
Hmm.
Yeah, we did it ages on it, and Antoine reckons we weren't that harsh. He says that, yeah, you know, a guy like McMillian, and we just basically went this campaign and just, you know, all the little things that we've learned not to do that he's done, and pretty much just tore it apart.
One of those
yeah.
things is immediately putting it to 60 days, right?
Yeah.
Like you're supposed
That
to go
was one of
30
them,
so
yeah.
that you get a double boost in the
In the middle.
algorithm, right?
Did people give their opinion if they wanted to back it or not? What's been the general consensus on that?
It was generally no. It was generally no.
It doesn't
people
grab
weren't
me
gonna back it.
personally.
It was as well just the pitch of the story as well. The story could be good, but I don't know. I mean, I don't. You know, his Batman story was good, but
I'm tired of
just
tired of parody stuff. I'm tired of stuff that has to be ironic, to you know, like
It seemed
anything that's like I mean, like macho stories and stuff are like a popular thing right now to like, you know, enjoy ironically, you know. It's like, oh, everything has to be a joke or everything has to be kind of whimsical or whatever.
It seemed a little on the nose reading over the description of it.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, so basically it's yourself. I mean, it's him. The guy even looks like him. If you go and you look at the character sketches, it looks like him. There's a big truck passing. And then he's a comic book guy, and and then on top of everything, he's in stories, and they're not even real books; they're digital books. And you're just sort of wondering, okay, so why would anyone care if the whole world is just about fictional characters anyway? It just all seemed a bit, I don't know. I thought maybe it was too out there for him to be selling his
yeah, with stuff like that, I'm already sort of I'm already like kind of looking at stuff like that a little negatively because I hate, like in Star Trek, for example, you know, like I hate time travel stuff. I hate alternate people. Like I hate, you know, I hate alternate timelines and like bizarro stuff, and
it does water down the stakes, you know.
Right. And it's like, well, why does anything matter then if it's just all goofy and fake?
So Matt, what did you think of the New 52?
I didn't read any of it.
Okay, well that's dead.
Sorry. I might have. I think I had a roommate that had all of those, so I might have like read some of it and I didn't realize what I was reading. But
I don't know if that was lag, but there was a silence there that was just perfect.
I heard somebody the other day gushing over the New 52 version and series for Aquaman, which is like the world is now upside down, where Aquaman is the most awesome title in the DC universe. So, because everybody makes jokes of him, but actually it just depends on the writer. Let's see. It's back to Sean Gordon Murphy though. It didn't really grab me, but after I thought about it for a bit, it really sounded like an unintentional pitch for a TV series.
Well, that's how these guys kind of operate, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if he's in the same vein as them as trying to get on TV, but it's jumping from story to story. It reminded me of like Sliders, which I barely watched, or Quantum Leap, which I more than barely watched. It was just that kind of thing. Like you could do an episode of the week out of this.
Yeah, totally. It's just so on top of it, so you got the story that wasn't really grabbing us. There was no art in the body of the
description
of the campaign.
Yeah.
In the description, the art that he did have up there at the top didn't really show much. So he did have a couple of full pages there, but they're so small in that little section you can't really make out what's what. He did the 60-day thing. He kind of tried to sell himself a lot. Like, I'm Sean Gordon Murphy. So yeah, back this book, which works, I guess, in the mainstream comics, or in the normal channels, but on crowdfunding, doesn't work so much. What would work is, I've delivered so many books, through crowdfunding already. That works. But just your name, we've seen big name pros to try that and fall short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Liefeld. I know John doesn't like to hear it, but Liefeld.
Which John doesn't like to hear it?
Malin, because that was his mentor.
Oh.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, and Liefeld doesn't do himself any favors on Twitter either.
And
No.
he failed.
He's apparently been... I think I looked it up and added up his Kickstarter and his Indiegogo, and evidently I'm not the only one. Other people have done this too, so okay. But it's like, I forget if it's 850 or 750 or 720. So we'll say fewer than 800 books, and he's been in fulfillment since November. Like, if you ask him what's going on with fulfillment, he just answers people on Twitter with books going out every day and then blocks them.
No, that's customer service, huh?
Wait, who does that? Who did you say that again?
That's
Liefeld.
Liefeld.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. Like Donny Cates and what's her face, Gail Simone. They've tried to come on and start to replicate what we've been doing here. And as far as I know, Cates, has he given up now? Does anyone know?
Sorry?
With his YouTube, has Donny Cates given up with his YouTube?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I seem to recall that.
I think he
and
jumped
Gail Simone hasn't.
Sorry,
Gail Simone hasn't put up anything up for a while either. So
He started doing it on something else.
Yeah, jumping platforms.
Yeah, to where there's little to no like engagement.
well, at least then he won't get made fun of.
Right. Well, which is the goal, right? Like he's live stream on something that doesn't have like a chat room, basically. So yeah, you can't get razzed in the chat or whatever.
But I mean, the whole point of this is to build an audience
And engage. Yeah.
and engage with the crowd.
Yeah.
That's how you create yourself, your brand, your product, and how you have an audience. But it seems like their method of approaching the whole making comic books thing. So they've still got a bit to work out. That's all I'm going to say. They've got a bit to work out before they can match, with the big guys in Comicsgate. Let's just say that.
I think
That
I hear
brings
trucks
me-
in the background.
I was going to say, speaking of the big guys, even the small guys, to me, have been really shining recently. I had my Vestige come in last week. Before that, I had my print from Vinny come in, like within 2 days. And then Kyung Lee sent me 4 copies of Knuckle Bomb because the shipping on the Etsy was messing up. I only
Whoa.
paid for 1. He's awesome. So
Oh, we have to
It
find.
was just.
We've got to find somebody who got.
sent to you, or was it an accident, or
what was that, Michael? I didn't hear you.
did he mean to send you 4? That was an accident. What happened there?
He said because the shipping was messing up, just to go ahead and buy 1, and he would just throw the extra ones in there. But he actually threw in more than we discussed, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
I found
the-
somebody who didn't get their cyber frog, and they're too afraid to say something. So we have to track down somebody who got they got overshipped on it, where they got 2 cyber frogs in one, and see if we can work out a deal.
What do you mean they're too afraid to say anything about it?
Yeah, he's really shy. He doesn't want to complain or anything. I think he thinks that it might be, it went to the wrong address, and so he doesn't want to speak up and steal from Ethan or something. So
What?
I got to find
He
somebody.
paid the man.
I know, but I got to find somebody who got more than 1 cyber frog and just get secretly get these people connected and have a spare get this guy a spare Chromium cover. And
Blue,
have it
why don't
shipped
you just
over.
email Ethan on his behalf, be his advocate?
I'm trying to do that, but it has to go to a certain address. It's not just Ethan, but what's the complaint address for Andrea?
Yeah, crucial fulfillment.
That is
Crucial
Andrea?
fulfillment.
Okay. That's easy to
I'm pretty
remember.
sure.
Andrea
Yeah,
is
that's
is
every
crucial.
time I've had to do it 3 times because I had obviously I backed a bunch of stuff from him and it all went through the fulfillment agency and none of it came through. But every time I went straight to them and then they started taking over the fulfillment, it's come straight away. So
Okay.
Yeah, if you get hold of Andrea, she'll get that to you in a heartbeat.
I thought Crucial Fulfillment was the old company, not Andrea herself. So she's Crucial. Got it.
I'm pretty sure. Look,
No,
anyway,
Andrea is a different email. It's like it's like Cyberfog help, or it's in the, you know where it is? It's in the community tab of Ethan's channel.
Got it. Okay, I'll go there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
emailed them or her, depending I guess on who responded, with just a compliment to them both, and they responded. So if you have a legitimate thing to say, unlike me,
Cool.
I'm sure he'll get back to you.
Cool. This person's
you
really
want to give
shy.
you the hook.
Yeah, it's cyberfroghelp@gmail.com is
Okay.
them specifically.
Yeah, this person is really shy, so they're just they just want to stay under the radar. So this is going to have to be one of those weird connection things you just do, and if it's like, here, I'll pay you for it, then you pay for it and just go.
Do you have his backer information?
I think I do.
Okay.
I know I have the name, but I might have the wrong address. So anyway, cool. Thanks for the clue, both of you.
Don't be shy. Ethan won't bite.
Hard.
He's very helpful when you can finally get to him. Replicators is just,
Unless you look
tell
like
Ethan,
Pi.
it can be hard to get in touch with him if he doesn't follow you. Because he's literally got thousands and thousands of people kind of getting onto him. Whenever I put out those cartoons, I get a small, tiny glimpse of what it must be like to be someone with a Twitter account, with a Twitter following that large. Because my notifications, it's just like, well, what can I do today? I could spend an hour and a half going through my notifications, or I could do other more productive things. So it must be like that for him, every day. And
Michael, you saw that he liked my tweet where I said he should have you on. Debut the new animation.
Oh, cool! Yeah. Well, maybe that'll happen. That'd be cool. You said all the 3 Aussies, yeah. That was you too, Rob, wasn't it? Yeah, that's it. I think he knows that he knows about his new party now. So I don't know how amenable he'll be to that. Hey,
well, we know that he knows you exist.
Rob, we will talk Replicator tomorrow. Yeah, I know he knows I exist.
Yeah.
That's the first step.
And now he's trying to crush you by streaming when you stream.
You
That's right.
insignificant insect.
Yeah, he's like the emperor, a pitiful little band.
Pitiful little band.
He's so big now, and I'm not making any fat jokes. No, we're not like that. But he's so big now. I have exchanged fan emails with him and gotten replies and whatnot, but that was a year and a half ago. He's so huge. It's like I didn't, as Rob said, or just contact Ethan. That's why I was trying to track down Andrea's address, was because she's the contact properly and all that. And it's just, there's so much traffic he has to deal with. I'd rather just leave him alone and let him draw, because that's what Andrea's address is for. So. But
yeah, and he's on right now, so he's even less contactable. I mean, there's only so much focus one person can have, and like a guy like that, I can't even imagine the amount of just stuff that gets thrown at him every day.
Yeah,
it must be crazy.
Tell some jokes. Oh, okay. Let's talk about my dating life. Rob has requested my dating life.
Rob, if you can think up some good jokes, we will say them tomorrow. And hopefully, I mean, I'm not promising anything, but hopefully there won't be 10 other streams running at the same time when you come on. We've gotten our numbers up pretty high at some points. We've been as high as like 60 people in here. But it's a bit thin today. But we love everyone who did come in. We hail the chat.
Everyone else can go fuck themselves.
Oh, yeah. If you really want, I could absolutely destroy this stream just to end it by explaining how to convert centigrade to Fahrenheit. I mean,
Okay, we're going to end on that. You do that, Samurai. Everyone, thanks so much for coming. I might end of my lunch break.
He just
Have
is
a
by
chat.
himself offline.
Blue, Poland, Matt, thank you so much for coming in. And now, Blue Samurai, tell us all the magic.
oh, you
It was great
actually
being back.
want it?
Thank you so much.
Tell it to
Missed
me.
you guys.
Do it.
Oh, good lord. Okay, you actually want this. Where are we?
Oh wow,
I'll
you
just
got
tell
it
it to
ready.
us.
Oh, all right. Centigrade is 100.
Math.
Why is my camera? Ha 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 ha. See this? Centigrade is 100 from 0 to 100 for freezing water to boiling water. But that is 32 to 180 on the Fahrenheit side. So the ratio you get is 100, or sorry, 212 up here, 32.
Fancy.
The ratio you get is a scale of 100 to a scale of 180, which as a fraction reduces 9 to 5. So to convert one to the other, you either it's 9/5 or 5/9, depending on which way you're going. And then you add 32 if you're going towards Fahrenheit. So it's 9/5 and then plus 32, or you knock off 32 to get them back to 0 and go 5/9 and you get centigrade. It's that simple.
I understood absolutely none of that, and I understand even less how we actually got more people in the stream, as you were saying.
Oh, those
You
poor people.
weak-minded fool.
Yeah, look, this is way above my pay grade. All right, guys, thanks so much for coming. I promise
I didn't
we'll have a
understand
more
it either.
fun
That's
show
okay.
tomorrow.
Well done, Blue.
Apparently,
Getting
you've
everyone.
made baby Jesus cry. We're going to leave it on that. I'll see you next time, guys.
Take care.
Adios.
It still says live.